sent the standings into the group chat on Messenger and on PlayStation 4, so feel free to check them out once more before we start, but those are completely accurate. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, my fault. You're not too late.
Welcome,
I'm starting
Brett.
the broadcast chat.
Brett, get in here. Oh, he's playing Red Dead.
Are you coming, Brett, or no?
I wanted to commentate with you, Tyler.
What? No, race, man. We need drivers, not commentators.
Well, why? You need help commentating.
Not for these ones as much, because these ones aren't as long.
We need a Clint Boyer in there.
A Clint Boyer. Oh yeah.
Hang on. Who's the bigger Clint Boyer in here? Is it me or is it Tyler? At least based off the one truck race.
That's a good question. I mean, Clint Boyer's old, and I don't know if there's probably some more reasons. I guess Ty.
I'll race. I got it for the MotorMaster.
Ah, okay, cool.
So 2 MotorMaster pedals.
Nice. No, it's a solid start here. I know you're already eliminated, but it'd be cool to see you go get a win.
Right.
Those were invites for me? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. I just unpaused, and I'm backing out of here. Oh, someone joined at the last second. It was Brett Baker. I'm glad he joined because I forgot.
Made Bubba the host.
Okay, I think that's good. He hosts his own league and stuff, and I don't think he lags ever, so that's good. 100 laps.
Yep.
And it's all about the draft, really. I was looking at the fuel stuff. Your fuel run is 28 laps. Stage 1 is 22 laps, so you're only going to have to pit under green, if it goes green the whole way, that is, once, and that would be in the final stage. Maybe twice,
Tires
actually.
might be an issue, though. In the
Yeah. Might be worth saving. I don't know. I didn't practice at all.
Neither did I.
I only practiced a little bit.
Oh, man. Shadow, you're coming in blind?
I usually do, and I've been okay. The only tracks I practice for really are short tracks, but I didn't this week. No.
Fair enough. I'm jumping back in here.
Alright, run the loading screen.
Okay. Stepping away for about 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes here. I'll be right back. It's a shorter race than trucks, so I'm not going to cut out as much this time. I'm going to probably start it at about like the 8th lap of stage 1.
Alrighty.
Awesome. Shit, did I not make it a night race? No. Fuck. Whoops.
My car's gonna handle different. My car's gonna handle so much different.
Have your bumper. Clear high. Clear high. Stay high. Stay high. Clear left. Got one inside. Careful, still there. Clear left.
On my way to the track, how's it going?
Good, I'm still in the lead.
Nice.
Still there. Right here.
On lap 5.
Nice, nice. As soon as I get going, pretty much just going to take photos and then start.
Oh yeah, I got a good gap now.
You're doing great. Good busy battling, it seems.
By itself. Got a car low now.
Starting up.
Left side's clear. Got a car coming inside now. Still there. Still there. Stay left.
Here we go.
Stay left. Nobody out back. Got a car coming inside now. All clear, no pressure from behind.
And we're on the air, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lone Star 300 here at Texas Motor Speedway, round 34 of the 2021 NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series season. And we only have 3 races remaining until we crown a 2021 NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series champion. It's the second race in the round of 8 here in the MotorMaster playoffs, and all these drivers are chasing Cameron Norton, the driver of the number 1 Chevy Camaro. He's on the pole for this race, was eliminated in the round of 12, but would love to cap the season off with a win here, parking the victory lane tonight at Texas. 8 drivers enter this race tonight, still with a chance to win the championship. Matt Smith locked into the Final Four, cannot be here tonight. He was attending the real-life Bristol Dirt races, and along with him, we have Kevin Tattersall, Jason Doro, Jesse Carlson, Jordan Dorasek, Alex Hestall, Josh Cole-Diaz, and Jason Armstrong. Those are the round of 8 playoff drivers, and Armstrong pretty much in a must-win situation already after a bit of a rough start to the round of 8 earlier just last week. I'm NOSSCAR CEO Tyler McMurder alongside my 2 in-race reporters, driver of the 1, Cameron Norton, driver of the 16, Alex Hestall. Thanks a bunch to both of you for joining me. You're off to a great start. You both are.
Thank you.
And Cameron, of course, on the pole, leading the race. He's led every lap since the drop of the green flag. We're working stage 1 here. And Alex Hestall, 2 wins this season, round of 8 driver. He enters tonight only 6 points below the cut line for advancing to the Final 4. And there you see him, he's off to a good start as well, started near the back, but he's worked his way forward and into the top 10. Good battles all over this racetrack, really. And there's only a couple of cars that are broken away from the rest of the field. That includes the 1 of Cameron Norton and the 74 of Jordan Dorasek. And to the outside goes Jordan. Doesn't have the run, doesn't have the grip. Cameron doing a good job not giving him the bottom. And at the times when Jay Lau is catching him and getting these runs, it's the worst time possible, because when he gets to him, he's either got to go to the outside entering the turn, or he's got to lift and just stay in behind him. So Cameron doing a great job managing the lead that he has. And these 2 battling is allowing Jordan right in the 17 that goes back in just a little bit. And it's Kevin Tattersall, Jason Doro rounding out the rest of the top 5. Brett Baker running in 6th. Josh Cole-Diaz in 7th. Alex Hestall in 8th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 9th. And Jesse Carlson rounds out the top 10. Watching Jordan still try to... And you heard it from Cameron Norton, the race leader. 9 laps remaining here in stage 1. Keeping our eye on the battle for the race lead. Cameron looking for his first ever NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win. Just behind him, Jordan Dorasek has 8 wins this season, and he came into the playoffs as the second highest seeded driver in terms of the playoff points behind Matt Smith. Still trying to find a way around him, just can't quite get it done. The issue here for Jordan of the 74, he needs every point he can possibly get. If he doesn't find victory lane and advance that way, he needs to get the points because he comes in 2 points below the round of 4 cutoff line. 2 points behind Jesse Carlson in the 20, but Jesse currently scored in the 9th position while Jordan's up here running in 2nd. So every point matters, every position matters. The draft is going to be a key element to who finds victory lane, and back up towards the front we saw Cameron Norton get a little bit sideways while he was still to the inside of Jordan Dorasek. Contact was made. Jordan's going to take the lead. Cameron's under fire for 2nd.
Goosey.
I was going to ask you about it, but you look like you're busy still. So yeah, getting a report there, a little loose there for Cameron Norton. He saved it and did a masterful job at that. He's got a strong mile-and-a-half program, just doesn't seem to get the finishes that he deserves all the time. Sometimes he does, and hopefully tonight is one of those nights where he can get up there and get a top 5, maybe even the win. There's Jesse Carlson in the 20 through QCJ Motorsports, one of 2 Juicy J Motorsports drivers to make the round of 8, and yes, that is correct. He and Kevin Tattersall, driver of 54. And Jesse comes into this race 2 points above the cut line for the round of 4, and it's got it pointed in the right direction, running in 9th. Right now, the top 5 are awarded the stage points, so if he wants to gain some points on the competitors that he's battling with, he needs to get a few more spots ahead. As he's trying to do that, he gets to the inside of Alex Tesdall, slides up into him just a little bit. They're still going to be side by side as we exit turn 2.
54 hit the wall.
Back up towards the front, getting a report. Kevin Tattersall made contact with the outside wall, and that opened the door for Cameron Norton to take 2nd place back, and Jason Doro is going to try to go with him in that silver bullet-looking car. I love when he brings that paint job out. Cameron in 2nd, Jason in 3rd, Brett Baker in the 21, the Daytona 500 winner this year. In 4th, Jordan Roughton in the 18 car, going with all of these drivers. He's going to advance into 5th. Round of 8 drivers running in 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th, I believe. And just to give you an update on where they are running. 3 laps remaining here in stage 1. Next time by, when they hit the start-finish line, pit road will be closed, and these drivers will carry out the final 2 laps and see where they end up. Top 5 are given those stage points. And right now, they're all chasing Jordan Dorasek in the 74 car. Mentioned near the top of the broadcast, 8 wins for him this season. Was really looking forward to trying to break the record there that NOCO holds for the most wins in a single season. Matt Smith in the 10 tied that record earlier this season, just last week actually, with his win in the round of 8. And Matt Smith, of course, not here tonight, but he will be there next week for the championship race at Phoenix. Locked into the Final 4 with his win last week to begin the round of 8. And without that, he would be in serious jeopardy of not advancing to the Final 4, despite all the playoff points he has. The white flag being shown to Jordan Dorasek the next time by. We receive the green and white checkered flag to signal the end of stage 1. Brett Baker, non-playoff driver in 2nd. Jordan Roughton, non-playoff driver in 3rd. Jason Doro, round of 8 driver in 4th. Cameron Norton in 5th, non-playoff driver. Kevin Tattersall, round of 8 driver right there with them, and they're 3 wide going for some of these stage points that I was talking about. Jordan Dorasek is going to hold on for the stage 1 win. Brett Baker is going to get 2nd, but just behind him, we're watching the drag race, and Kevin Tattersall is going to edge him at the line for 4th, I believe.
He got me by a fender.
Oh, did he ever? We watched it, and we actually had a perfect camera angle for it when it happened. And yeah, it was not by much, that's for sure. We'll get the top 5 from the driver of the 1, Cameron Norton, from stage 1.
JCR, Jay Wowsback, Brett Baker, PC Panthers, Tatty, and me.
And some of the non-playoff drivers, the drivers that were eliminated in the round of 12, some of them are really shining here, folks. PC Panther didn't make the playoffs altogether, started the season a little bit late, and he ends up finishing third here in Stage 1. Cameron Norton, eliminated in the round of 12, finishes fifth here in Stage 1. And Brett Baker, of course, finishing in second here in Stage 1, non-playoff driver as well. But the stage win goes to Jordan Dorasek in the 74. Playoff points no longer matter. They do not carry through to the final 4 round, but 5 valuable stage points for him, and that puts him safely above the round of 4 cut line by 3 points. The green flag back in the air. 6-time NOSSCAR champion Jordan Green had to get out of the way there. I don't think he hit the button in time to go to pit road at the end of Stage 1, and that's a heartbreaker for the 6-time champ. The lone wolf. And how about this, folks? Brett Baker all the way up into second, the 2021 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Daytona 500 winner, non-playoff driver here. And he's working really well here behind this number 74 car. Cameron Norton in third in the 1. Also a non-playoff driver. And then you find a fleet of those round of 8 drivers all pretty much lined up nose to tail. And that includes Jason Doyle, Josh Colm-Diaz, Jesse Carlson, and they've got Gordon Roughton and Kevin Tattersall right there with them. Brett's not letting him get away, and it's kind of been the key here, especially when some of the powerhouse drivers like Matt Smith, Jordan Dorasek, Jason Doro, Jesse Carlson, when some of them get to the front and you know that they're going to try to check out, you need to challenge them, you need to hound them, you need to kind of keep them busy and fighting at all times, but without making contact, of course. There's a fine line to walk. You want to be respectful and professional about it, but you need to keep him busy, so he's maybe using his step up, trying to keep you behind him. Right now, the strategy for Brett Baker looks like it is to follow the 74 and maybe use the draft to get some distance in between themselves and the rest of the field, and time will tell if that will work. Cameron Norton in the 1 saw the 21 wiggle in front of him, and he's going to draw closer because of that as they head into turn 1. He saw Jordan Green in the 47 safely coming back out of pit road and getting service, but he will be 1 lap down. He might even be 2 down at this point. Checking in on Josh Colm-Diaz, one of the round of 8 drivers. He's got his work cut out for him, though. Enters 14 points below the cut line, and now it's gotten a little bit tougher since Jordan Dorasek got some stage points there, as well as Jason Doro. So things are, Jason Doro did not get stage points there, but Kevin Tattersall did. So the more that these drivers do get stage points throughout the race, it becomes tougher for those drivers that aren't. And some of the top 5 that pay out those stage points as we look at Cameron Norton trying to draw closer to Jason Doro in the 08. Jason just made the pass about a lap ago to take the 3rd position. And the 08 Chevy looking pretty strong. He is a round of 8 driver with 3 wins this season, Jason Doro has, and now advanced his way into 3rd. And it's the highest he's been running all race long as you see him. Throwing it down to the in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall, the driver of number 16. He's got 2 wins this season. He's a part of the round of 8. Alex, you came into tonight not very far below the cut line, 6 points, but as Jordan Dorasek and some of these other drivers get stage points, it becomes a little bit harder. What's your strategy today, and how's the car feeling?
The car feels okay. It's been stuck in traffic. Might be able to challenge.
Yeah, would you agree with me when I say the track position and the draft are going to be the 2 biggest factors?
Definitely.
Okay, just wanted to I wanted to confirm what I thought was really going on out there. I always go out there and run a couple of laps with you during qualifying and see how the car is going to feel. I look up your fuel run and how long stage 1 and stage 2 are, and I kind of get a rough idea based on what everyone has to do to find victory lane here in this race. And folks, I can tell you the draft is important, but so is track position, like Alex was mentioning. Speaking of track position, Cameron Norton gaining some track position, just took 3rd from Brett Baker there.
Hit the wall.
Oh, he did, okay.
Popped it.
And tough break for the 2021 Platinum Cup Series Daytona 500 winner, Brett Baker. You see him still in the white and red Chevy Camaro. He's stuck up there on the outside in the 21 car. Gordon Roughton in the 18, Jesse Carlson in the 20, Kevin Tattersall in the 54, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. They're all in this group as well. The top 8 have separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit. And
Me and the
whoa,
Zoeter catching a 74.
a couple of cars got really loose deeper in the field. Looked like it was Alex Tesdall and Jordan Green that both got out of shape coming out of turn 2. They both had to grab a handful of steering wheel. They saved it, and thankfully for them, they're both rocking and rolling still. Here in the Lone Star 300 at Texas, we're working stage 2, folks. Round 34 of the 2021 NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series season. Only 3 races left until we crown the 2021 champion. And we might be seeing history made, folks. History has a way of repeating it. History has a way of repeating itself here in NOSSCAR. In 2019, we saw Dakota Bruv win the championship and take over the top spot on the all-time wins list with 9 wins. And in 2020, just last year, we saw NOCO go out there and win 10 races along with the championship to set the new record for the most wins in a single season and also take over the all-time most wins spot for the MotorMaster Series. And now, this year, we very well could see Matt Smith or Jordan Dorasek go out there and win more races than NOCO and the championship. If Jordan wins the final 3 races of the season in that 74 car, he would have 11 wins and the championship. Matt Smith will be here for the championship race next week, and if he wins, he'll have 11 wins and the championship. So it's going to be an exciting race next Monday at about 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The broadcast will begin at 20 after 8 next Monday, so don't miss it. And we're getting a report. The caution is out. They basically nearly blew my eardrum about it. And we have a stoppage. It's going to be the first caution of the race for an on-track incident. Does anybody know what happened?
I saw the 74 in front of me get into the wall. I don't know if that triggered the caution.
Had to have been deeper in the field than that. There's some damage to the 6 of Jackson Stotts, the front end of the 9 of Timmy Brown, and Jordan Green's right there with them as well. No damage to his car, but he might have had a hand in this. Who knows? Might have been a victim. But this will help Jordan Green in the 47 because I don't believe that there are any other cars one lap down. Alex, who's the free pass?
Lone Wolf gets the free pass, and he'll get one of his 2 laps back.
All right, and we know that stage 2 is coming to an end here relatively soon, and probably just about 4 or 5 laps, I'm guessing. So he'll get the free pass again, and Jordan Green will be back on the lead lap at the beginning of the final stage. The green flag has been shown, and Jordan Roughton and Jordan Dorasek lead them into turn 1. How many laps to go?
4 to go.
Oh man, okay. Contact was made there between the 18 and the 74. Jordan Roughton is going to take the top spot for now, but we've seen
Brett Baker's going to force a 3 wide.
We've seen how strong the 74 is on the outside, but here comes Brett Baker making it 3 wide in the 21. He lifts a little bit, thinks better of it, tucks back in line behind Jason Doro in the 08. Jordan goes way to the outside there in the 18 car. 3 laps to go, and Jason Doro is your new leader. It's getting dicey near the front. Stage points are very important, especially for these round of 8 playoff drivers. Jason Doro in that 08 Chevy came into tonight 5 points above the cut line, and he would definitely advance that and increase that if he can get 5 more stage points here and hold on for another 2 laps. 2 to go, and they hit the line.
Still there. 2 to go. Careful, still there.
And Jesse Carlson in the 20th, that lime green and orange Toyota, he left the bottom open for Cameron Norton in the 1. The pole sitter back into 3rd, and he brought Trey Hollywood in that purple and orange Chevy Camaro, the number 8 car, with him, and into 4th. Jesse Carlson now back into 5th, but there's still 1 stage point there if he can hold on, but he's got Jordan Dorasek right behind him. The white flag has been shown.
All clear, no pressure from the
Next time by, it'll end stage 2 here. Old contact was made between Trey Hollywood and Cameron Norton. Up the hill went Cameron in the 1 car. To the 3rd position goes Trey Hollywood for 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
right side.
And through 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2. Cameron Norton got off the bottom there, and it opens the door for 3 wide again. And coming to the line, it's going to be a drag race, but Jason Doro is going to win stage 2. Brett Baker, Trey Hollywood, Jesse Carlson, the top 4.
Wow. Well, that was wild.
Yes, it was, and we'll get the top 5 this time from Alex Tesdall.
Get off the screen, stupid message. Okay, Mucka. Oh my god.
Never mind.
Mucka, Brett Baker, Bubba, NASCAR Oop, and JCR J Wells back.
Thank you.
Whew. A lot of chatter in the group chat right now, you're right. Everybody, I don't think anybody's got their feelings hurt or anything like that. I think everybody's pretty content and pretty happy. And we're getting a report Jordan Roughton didn't mean to stay out under that last caution. It almost paid off for him. He had the lead and he was running pretty strong there for a bit. He drifted up into the side of Jordan Dorasek though a little bit. Other than that, it was looking pretty good for him. Here we go. Restart zone. Final stage time of the Lone Star 300. Who's going to win it? Who's going to punch their ticket into the final four? Jackson Stotts, Jason Doro, they're 1-2 as they go into turn one. Brett Baker, Jesse Carlson, Trey Hollywood, Jordan Dorasek, Cameron Norton, Kevin Tattersall, Rumble Scripps, and Alex Pesdall, the top 10. 4 wide as they go into turn one. I don't know how smart that is. They all backed out of it just at the same time. Back to 2x2 they go. Jason in the 08, Jesse in the 20, starting to break away from the rest of the field just a little bit. 2 round of 8 drivers, and Jesse Carlson trying to take the lead for the first time in this race. This is the highest he's run all race long, and they're 3 wide as they come out of turn 2 for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and throw the drivers in 6th and 7th in that battle as well.
Got one inside.
All of these drivers doing a masterful job at holding on to these cars and battling the way that they are, side by side, 2 and 3 wide, and not making very much contact, and keeping it clean, but keeping it aggressive and fun out there as well. Jimmy Brown had just worked his way into the top 10 in the 9, but he wiggled, went way to the outside. That allows a couple of cars to capitalize and go around on the inside. And we have 16 cars battling here, still all within one straightaway of each other.
Still there. All clear, no
And
pressure.
we'll go down to Alex Pesdall. Now he's on a straightaway, kinda. How many laps to go in the race?
That's the halfway mark.
50 laps to go. 100-lap race. We have reached the halfway mark, folks. And if you were guessing the leader to be Jason Doro at the halfway mark, you would be correct, because that's exactly where he is, and he's looking pretty strong here. See if we can find him. There he is. Cameron Norton all the way up into the 2nd position. Remember, he won the pole, led the opening about, say, 10 or 11 laps, and since then he's just been kind of stuck in traffic, and to the inside he goes. He uses the draft to his advantage, and he's going to take the race lead. Non-playoff driver battling with a round of 8 driver, and he's surrounded by round of 8 drivers, actually. 4 of the top 5 are round of 8 playoff drivers. Jason Doro, Jesse Carlson, Kevin Tattersall, Jordan Dorasek. They run 1, 3, 4, and 5, and it's Cameron Norton in the 1 car, sitting in 2nd. Jason Doro in the 08 car, 3 wins for him this season. Jesse Carlson in the 20, 4 wins for him this season. It's actually 3 wins for him. It's Kevin Tattersall, his teammate in the 54, that has the 4 wins this season. He's running in 5th, and it's Jordan Dorasek in the 74 with 8 wins this season. Just took the 3rd spot from Cameron Norton. And it kind of looks like at this point, pardon me, as long as you're in the draft with the leaders, you got a shot. If you let them get away, kind of when your hopes go up in smoke, the longer the run goes. But if you're right there, it doesn't necessarily need to happen now. You can pass them later. Kevin Tattersall, or Jesse Carlson rather, that found the outside wall coming out of turn 2 that last time by. There you see him in the lime green and orange Toyota Supra. You had a front row seat for that, Cameron.
Oh yeah, that was pretty scary right there. I thought they were going to wreck. Somehow they saved it, and we're still going.
All right, clear.
You would have had very little time to react to it as well, as you were right there behind that, and yeah, very well could have been chaotic for a lot of drivers, but everybody held on to it. Everybody single file at this point. Jason Doro, Jesse Carlson, Jordan Dorasek, Cameron Norton, Kevin Tattersall. The top 5, the top 10 cars, though, have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field a little bit here. Trey Hollywood, Alex Pesdall, Jordan Roughton, Rumble Strip, and Josh Colby-Diaz rounding out the rest of the top 10, but we have a crash on the front straightaway. crash on the front straightaway. Several cars involved. It will be a caution, I believe.
Nope. Still green.
Wow, and I'm shocked because there was about 4 cars involved in that one. Trey Hollywood, Alex Tesdahl, and it kind of looked like I think it was Jason Armstrong that had nowhere to go. But we stayed green, and it really spreads the field out here, and that's good news for a lot of the drivers that are near the front of the field. Bad news for anybody who's maybe lost the draft with the lead group. And how about the lead that Jason Doro has mustered up here? And we took our eyes off the battle for the lead just a little bit ago, and it wasn't so spread like this, but that 08 Chevy is flying. It's got about a 12-car length advantage over the drivers running second, third, fourth, and fifth. They're all nose to tail kind of working together right now, and if they stay lined up the way that they are, they might be able to make a charge here before the end of this race. But if they get to battling, I really think that just benefits Jason the further the race goes. Top 3 drivers combined for 15 wins this season, so they really know what they're doing. And then you have Jordan Roughton running in 4th, recently just found victory lane for the first time in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. He's running in 4th there. You see him in the 18 car. He won the Kansas race not too long ago, this past Friday actually. And just behind him, Cameron Norton, former Platinum Cup race winner, running in 5th, and he's doing a heck of a job. Won the pole for this race, and currently scored up there in the top 5. His teammate Josh Colombier is one of the round of 8 playoff drivers. The 7 car, the red car, creeping into the picture. He scored in 6th and having a pretty good day as well. We're going to do a good old-fashioned crank it up, folks. We do know that green flag pit stops are coming up relatively soon if we stay green with no incident. So stay with us and crank up the volume on your surround sound or whatever system you may be tuning in from, and enjoy the sounds of these Xfinity cars on NASCAR Heat 5. It's round 34, the Lone Star 300 at Texas Motor Speedway. 3 races to go till we crown a champion. 2nd race in the round of 8, and we're looking to watch who's going to punch their ticket into the final 4. Enjoy the sound and crank it up. And we're going to quickly bring it back to full commentary to update some of the viewers on what's going on here. We saw a moment ago Cameron Norton in the 1 car was spun, and he was just up there running in the top 5. Let's throw it down to one of our in-race reporters, the driver of the 1, Cameron Norton, to find out what happened.
I got freaking spun by a car behind me, so that's great. Now we're sitting back in 13th for caution.
And you might get one. There's still more grass being kicked up on the racetrack on the front straightaway, and a lot of these drivers are getting to battling here throughout the final stage, so you very well might see one. And as of right now, is the 8 car out front or the 08?
The 08.
Okay. So it's still Jason Doro leading with Kevin Tattersall running in second. They're both round of 8 drivers, and they have quite a distance on the driver that scored in the 3rd position, which is Jordan Wrighton in the 18. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7th car is in 4th, and Jordan Dorasek running in 5th. And problems for Alex Testel we're hearing. Cameron Norton spun on the front straightaway, and we have a caution on the racetrack for the second time in this race. What happened?
Duke King hit the wall and spun, and I had nowhere to go.
Oh, man, and terrible luck here so far for Cameron Norton in the 1. Came into this race with high hopes, looking for his first ever NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win. Heavy front-end damage to the number 1 Chevy Camaro, and he'll have to bring it down pit road for service, but I do think that a lot of these drivers will. That also will save Trey Hollywood from going 1 lap down to the race leaders. He was just in front of them as this caution came out. There you see him in the orange and purple Chevy Camaro. He'll stay on the lead lap. I believe that all of these drivers are on the lead lap.
Lil Bob was the free pass.
Oh, okay, thank you. So Jackson Stott's back on the lead lap.
And that put
All right, meet the bar out there. Going green. Go, go, go.
Thanks a bunch, Alex. So 16 drivers still have a shot to win this race. The green flag has been shown. They're coming across the start-finish line now. And Jason Doro, Josh Colm-Diaz are going to lead them into turn 1.
Outside, by himself.
We've seen it all race long. The inside line seems to be the place to be, especially on the restarts. And Jordan Wrighton used it to his advantage to take the 2nd position away from Josh Colm-Diaz. Brett Baker runs in 4th, and Jordan Dorasek settled in line into 5th. Kevin Tattersall is right there with them. And the 6-time NOSSCAR champion Jordan Green is back up into the top 10 and running in 7th. Keep your eye on him. He's just been stuck in traffic all race long.
Inside. Clear behind.
Battles all over this racetrack, especially deeper in the field. Jesse Carlson trying to find a way around Trey Hollywood there, deeper in the pack. Every point, every position matters here in the round of 8. As they come across the start-finish line, the new race leader is Jordan Wrighton in the number 18. He just recently found victory lane for the first time in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. That was at Kansas Speedway just this past Friday. And now look at him go, looking for that first ever NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series win while he's at it. All in the same couple of few days here.
Careful, still there. Clear all around.
Contact made deeper in the field. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. went way up the hill. Might have been contact between he and Armstrong in the 12, but I couldn't quite tell who the other car was. Everybody's going to keep pointing in the right direction. Armstrong has worked his way up into the top 10. That's a round of 8 playoff driver that's in a must-win situation, and he's doing a great job. And then over at number 12, Ford Mustang, Jordan Green found the outside wall coming out of turn 2. They were stacked up here wide for a moment, but they all gathered it back up. Jordan's okay. He's in the pack still, but he just lost a handful of positions.
You're all clear up top.
At the 15th he went, but he's still in the draft, and still right there with a shot to get a good finish here. Whoa! They were 3 wide, and contact was made between Alex in the 16 and Jason Armstrong in the 12. I don't know if Armstrong knew he was there or not. I think he might have been trying to get away from the car on the bottom, but either way, that cost Alex Testel in the 16 a number of positions here. And that's a round of 8 playoff driver here with 2 wins this season. As you see him, runs in 16th, but man, he's got a top 5 car, so hopefully you can get back into this thing. There's good battles, good action all over this racetrack. And back up towards the front, we're seeing Jordan Wrighton still leading the way with Brett Baker working the inside line. But man, that outside line is really working for the 74 of Jordan Dorasek. We've seen it a few different times in this race. If he can get the nose to the outside of some of these guys, he's really able to carry enough speed entering the turns and all throughout to stay there and get a good run down the straightaway as well. Oh, maybe until there, he found the outside wall coming out of turn 4, and he's going to drop outside of the top 5 rumble strip in the 66 up into the top 5 for the first time all race long. So now Gordon Dorasek with 8 wins this season finds himself mired deeper in traffic, still in the top 10, but has a lot of work to do if he wants to get back up there and challenge for the race lead and for the win. You see him behind the blue and white number 1 Chevy Camaro, Cameron Norton, and Josh Colombier is in the red number 7 Chevy Camaro, the teammate to Cameron, right there with them. Action all over this racetrack. Surprised the voice is holding. Jordan Roughton leading down the back straightaway here with Brett Baker, the 2021 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Daytona 500 winner right there in second. That 21 car looking mighty racy here tonight at Texas. He almost joined us in the broadcast booth rather than participating in this particular event, but I think he's pretty happy that he's turned out to drive rather than be up here in broadcast because he's having a great race and he has a chance to win it. If he can keep there behind the 18, keep himself in position to challenge later on in this race, I do think we're going to still see green flag pit stops if the entire race stays green.
Right into the wall.
I saw that. I think that he got into the back bumper of the 18 car. It upset his car. It wiggled to the right, and he found the outside wall a little bit. He's still scored a 4th, but he needs to click off a couple of good laps here in a row in order to not lose the draft at the top 3. Once a few really, really strong cars get lined up near the front of the field, it's very easy for them to start driving away, and it's starting to maybe unfold here unless Brett can stay with those drivers. Rumble Strip still in 5th behind Brett, and then the battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th is on. Never mind. Jordan Dorasek is on pit road, and while that happened, the teammates collided. Cameron Norton slid up the hill and into his teammate and put him in the wall, and both of those cars are going to lose a number of positions. They're still on the lead lap with no major damage, but they've lost the draft with the lead group. And the significance of this is Josh in the 7 is a round of 8 playoff driver, more or less in a must-win situation at this point, and his hopes have kind of taken a turn for the worse here in the late laps of this one. But we do know scheduled pit stops are coming soon. Maybe he can make some adjustments and get back up there. Say Hollywood on pit road in the 8 car as well. We've only seen 2 cars make their way to pit road so far for scheduled pit stops. It's certainly going to allow them to maybe leapfrog some of these drivers and take some track position back, but the thing that they're gambling with is a caution could fall at any moment and keep these drivers stuck 1 lap down. Big one too. Jackson Stotts in the 6 just spun right in front of Alex Tesdall in the 16.
What happened was Juicy J was going down pit road and the 6 had nowhere to go.
Oh man, hearing that the 6 ran into the back of the 61 while Jeffrey was trying to get to pit road there. You see him on pit road now. Hopefully he doesn't have a speeding penalty, but man, that was a close call for a lot of drivers. Amazingly enough, he stayed green, and we're going to continue on here in the final stage. We've only seen 2 cautions for on-track incidents. There you see Armstrong leaving pit road, one of the playoff drivers. In a must-win situation, short-pitting here for some fresh tires, and back out front. The battle for the lead looks like this. 5 drivers have kind of driven away from the rest of the pack, but keep in mind it's going to be really shuffled once everybody makes their pit stops, depending on when they do it. Jordan Roughton got a little out of shape, found the outside wall coming out of turn 4 in the 18 car, and he's going to give the race lead to Brett Baker in the 21. Brett became the 10th different NOSSCAR Triple Crown winner earlier this year when he finally found victory lane in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series and the MotorMaster Series. He's found victory lane actually in all 3 NOSSCAR National Series here on NASCAR Heat 5. He's done a great job, and he's got a shot to win another one here. But Jason Doro in the 08, round of 8 playoff driver with a power move to the inside to take the race lead, and Rumble Strip in the 66 Toyota Supra nearly went with him. How about Rumble Strip? Non-playoff driver. Joined NOSSCAR only a couple of weeks ago. He's only made a handful of starts. He's already got a few top 10 finishes, though, on his NOSSCAR career resume, if you want to call it that. And right now scored in 3rd with a chance to win. A playoff driver just behind him, and Gordon Routon in the 18 as well, just behind him. Again, both top 5 have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field, but one thing to keep in mind, some drivers have already made a pit stop, and they might be in front of these drivers once it all cycles through, because they were able to put those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles to good use sooner.
Oh! Never mind, it's something going on the 20.
And problems for Rumpelstrip at the 66. Just up there in 3rd, and he must have got a little loose as he came out of turn 4, because now he's dropped back into the 5th position. The 61, who's already been to pit road, so I didn't see quite what happened there, but I think Rumpelstrip got loose, and now he's lost the draft with the lead group, and that might be all she wrote. The key in these latter stages of the race, these mile and a halves, is to keep the draft with the lead group and stay there as long as you can. And I heard contact there with a car in the wall that time by through 4, and it was Rumpelstrip in the 66. Jordan Green might have made a little bit of contact as well. The teammates bounced off each other afterwards. That was the 1 and the 7. And he stayed green. Next time one of you knows how many laps to go, let me know.
I will let you know just a second. Coming out of 4 right now. 12 to go. So it's going to be interesting on these pit stops, for sure. How long?
Everybody's kind of went far enough to the point where if, yeah, do you consider maybe taking right sides only since you went this far?
It's going to be tough. I mean, my left sides are still looking pretty good, but it's going to be tough on the decision on how long you stay out.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you, I don't know, in my opinion, I think these drivers have stayed out too long to the point where 4 fresh tires would not get you back in front of the cars that have already been to pit road and taken 4. So, I don't know, man. I think at this point they need to take 2 in order to keep some of these others that have short pit behind them. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. 3 wide for the race lead through 3 and 4, but it's because Jason Doro in the 08 is surrendering the lead and going to pit road. Kevin Tattersall takes the race lead in the 54. Jordan Routon, Brett Baker, Jesse Carlson, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Indy top 5. Right back.
Josh Cole-Diaz surrenders a spot up there as well. Now he comes down pit road in the 7 car. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's watch the 08 car and see if we can maybe time his pit stop. You know, folks, if he took 2 tires, if it's only about an 8 to 10 second pit stop. No, he's staying. I think he's taken 4. Either that or he might have got a pit road speeding penalty or something. Because I think that he went with 4. I think Rumpelstrip went with 2 because he's out in front of the 08 car and it's not where he was before. Disregard that actually. Rumpelstrip was just involved in an incident a couple of laps ago and I had forgotten, so it's not a factor in this one at this point. And it's going to be really interesting to see where everybody is running when this all cycles through.
Brett Baker, PC to pit road.
Yeah, they surrender 2nd and 3rd. That's huge. That's critical. And
8 laps to go. What do you do here?
I honestly think the 2 tires is the way to go just because of how many laps are remaining, but it really depends on what the left sides are looking like. And when you're not behind one of the wheels of these race cars out there and watching all of these gauges that they have and they can see what their tire percentage is, I have no idea what the right call here is. All I know is that Kevin Tattersall is the race leader in the 54. He's yet to come to pit road. One of the playoff drivers, 4 wins this season.
Hey, get back in there. Let's go.
Uh-oh. 20 just had an engine failure.
Oh no, and Jesse Carlson, one of the round of 8 playoff drivers, is now off the racetrack and done for the day. He has some stage points in this race, but man, that's really going to hurt him in points. Here comes Cameron over the pit road, so there's a top 5 spot, and we have another car coming to pit road as well. No, actually that was Cameron, just a different camera angle that we had of him. And they're all still chasing Kevin Tattersall with under 10 laps to go here in the Lone Star 300 at Texas, and I'm going to be amazed if he makes it the entire distance. on the tires and the fuel that he has, I don't think he can. I think he's going to hit pit road and take maybe 2 right sides and a splash of fuel before the end of this one. Big thing to remember as well, a win locks you in. Kevin doesn't need to worry about the race later tonight at Martinsville if he wins here at Texas, and here he comes. He's on pit road. He surrenders the race lead, and this is huge here. It really depends on where he's going to be running compared to the other drivers around him that have already been to pit road. We can tell you that Jordan Dorasek of the 74, who short pit a while back, and we believe he took 4 tires, is the next driver in line to take the race lead if Kevin Tattersall is not in front of him when he's done his pit stop through the grass. But Alex in the 16, he saves it and we continue. And Jordan in the 74 going down the front straightaway. Kevin Tattersall has just left pit road. It's going to be interesting to see if Kevin is still the leader after all this or not. Here you see the red and white 54 going through turns 1 and 2. On the bottom, he was hugging the inside line, actually all the way down there against the inside wall to get as much speed as he could. And Jordan Dorasek gets out in front of him and takes the race lead, and he's got about a 6 car length advantage. And the question becomes, does Kevin Tattersall have enough time and enough tires to run him down before the end of this one?
Coming down the 3 to go.
Oh man, I don't know what's wrong with Kevin. He's actually dropped really off the pace, and he was actually just on pit road. Kevin's got problems. He's down at the inside of the track, and he's letting cars go. I don't know if maybe pit road didn't give him service or what, but that is a heartbreaker for one of our round of 8 contenders. He's got a problem down there, and yeah, that's a shame because he had a shot to win this one, and now he's really going to have a big hole to dig himself out of for the final round of 8 race later tonight at Martinsville. And that will be brought to you here on the NOSSCAR Series Racing YouTube channel as well, so stick around, folks. MotorMaster Monday main event of the evening comes later tonight in Martinsville. Jordan Dorasek leading the way, and I believe this time by he'll come out of turn 4 to see the white flag, right?
Yes, sir.
So the white flag has been shown. Final lap of the Texas race here, and Jordan looking to make history. It will be his 9th win of the season, and if he can somehow do the impossible and win the final 3 races of the season, he would set a new record for the most wins in a single season. He would also walk away the champion. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. You do see Kevin slow down there. He's out of fuel, that's true. And Jordan Dorasek is going to win the Lone Star 300 at Texas. He locks himself in to the Final 4. Jason Doro in the 08 car was really running him down there near the end. He's going to finish in 2nd. Jordan Roughton, I believe, is going to finish in 3rd. And we'll have some post-race interviews coming up in just a matter of minutes. Don't forget the pictures of the results for me, Alex. What a race and what a finish. What a whole bunch of strategies going on there near the end. We saw some of these drivers short pit, take tires early, and try to utilize those fresh 4 Goodyear Eagles, put them to good use, and get some track position that way. And the thing We'll see a blue screen for a couple of seconds, but after that, we'll have post-race interviews.